that happen? That means that egg wasn't even in the shaker the whole time? What's up guys, it's your boy Alan again, back with another video, and today we're going to check out this video by a very popular YouTube channel called The Try Guys, and this video is called The Try Guys Try Professional Bartending. But before we start, don't forget to hit that subscribe button, and let's go check this thing out.
Craft cocktails, expensive drinks.
We are here at Birds and Bees, a craft cocktail speakeasy in downtown LA where we're going to be learning mixology.
I hate that word, mixology. It's just called bartending.
I love bourbon. I love bourbon on the rocks. I love old fashions. I love Manhattans. My biggest competition is Eugene. He actually was a bartender.
All right, looks like this guy at least has the classics down. That's great.
Little do people know, I did go to bartending school after I graduated college. I have, I think, the basic skill sets for bartending, but I'm not a mixologist by any means. I've never created a cocktail.
Here's a funny thing. I actually went to bartending school, and you don't have, if you ever want to become a bartender, you do not have to go to bartending school, not in the US. Yeah, I don't think there's anything that they teach on the bartending schools that you can't now look up on YouTube. Like, a lot of recipes, there's so many good videos on YouTube now that I don't really see any reason for people to go to bartending school unless it's required by some kind of local authority. Like some places you do need a permit and you do need training to bartend. But the best way to get into bartending is, you know, just work up your way as a barback or work at a slow shift at a dive bar and then work your way up to the type of bar you want to work at, whether it's a high-paced nightclub or a craft cocktail bar.
I don't drink a lot of cocktails, more of a white wine guy. I love cooking, but really...
So bartending is kind of strange because, yes, there's when we think of bartending, we're usually thinking about cocktails, but there's wine bars and there's beer bars, and that's like a whole... You can have bartenders whose specialty is primarily wine, and they have very limited knowledge on mixology. Like for example, if you're a wine bartender and you work your way up to become a sommelier, you are actually still required to learn a lot of the classic cocktails.
I don't actually drink alcohol anymore, so for me, I'm gonna be making mocktails, which is really just fancy juice, and I love juice.
So mocktails or non-alcoholic cocktails are becoming popular, and yeah, in my opinion, they are actually harder than making alcoholic drinks because you have to make this, like you said, fancy juice that people are willing to pay more money for. That's one thing. And a lot of liqueurs and liquors, they have the flavors of their own that have their own complicated process. So if you decide to make a non-alcoholic cocktail, you're pretty much going to have to create most of the ingredients on your own.
Okay, so the first thing we're going to learn to do is how to make shaken gin martini, a dirty gin martini.
So it's interesting that he said it was shaken, and then he later says it's a dirty martini. So martinis are generally stirred, and the reason why I'm assuming that he's going to shake it is because it's a dirty martini. Martinis are generally stirred, as most spirit-forward cocktails are. So when bartenders make drinks with juice, they shake it because that's the best way to incorporate the juice with the spirit. And a lot of bartenders, they consider olive juice as a type of juice. But whenever you have a guest that orders a martini, whether it's dirty or not, you should always ask if they want it shaken or stirred, gin or vodka. Just like if you get an order for a steak, you always ask the guests what temperature they would want the meat. Whenever you get an order for a martini, make sure to ask them if they want gin or vodka. You want to ask them how much vermouth they want, because generally it ranges a lot. Some people want a splash of vermouth, some people want no vermouth, and some people want heavy vermouth, almost to a 2-to-1 ratio of gin and of vermouth. If they want shaken or stirred, and if they want it with olive or lemon twist. Heck, sometimes they even want it on the rocks.
Martinis are a really interesting cocktail. There's a lot of different ways that you can do them, and there's a lot of different techniques that you have to know. A normal martini is going to be gin, dry vermouth, stirred. That's the traditional martini. However, a very popular martini is going to be a shaken, dirty gin martini.
Yep, that's what I said. That's what the normal classic recipe calls for.
Place the big tin on the top, pop it with your hand like that. And what you're gonna do is when you pick it up, you're gonna flip it over so that the small tin is now on top. You're going to shake.
So the reason why you want the small tumbler on the top is when you shake it and the shaker is not sealed, it's gonna splash it back rather than forward towards the guests. Wow, he forgot with no experience. He's definitely got that bartender shakedown.
No dirty martini is complete without the olive garnish.
Oh,
dropped
yeah.
in. Beautiful.
Oh, yeah.
Nice and done.
Oh, no. Zach.
Oh! Where did he get that strawberry?
This is called a white lady. A white lady is gin, curacao, lemon juice, and egg white.
What? All right, I would say this is an intermediate level drink because it does have egg whites. So let's see how these guys do it.
That line right there.
Crack the egg and separate the egg whites into the container.
Oh, wow.
So he didn't mention this, but you want to separate the egg white on the bigger tumbler because in case the egg yolk breaks, it won't contaminate or mess up the liquids that you have already put into the smaller tin.
That was good, Eugene. Except you got egg white on the side. Oh, careful!
Did you get any in there?
See, that's exactly what I was talking about. His egg yolk broke.
Come on and shake it, shake.
What happened? Oh, no.
Oh, dude, how that happened? That means that egg wasn't even in the shaker the whole time? That sucks, especially if it happens early in the shift and you just have this egg white just coagulating. Yeah, juice and liquor falling into the drink rail is pretty bad, but egg whites, you want to clean that as soon as possible because especially when mixed with alcohol and acids, like it can denature and solidify, which is not good.
Here's where it gets interesting.
Oh, now.
To incorporate air into the egg is strain it back into the small tin, close it again, and then you're gonna shake it without any ice. And what this does is it gets oxygen and air into it, and it causes that egg to form that nice, rich foam that you see in egg white cocktails.
Like you're whipping egg whites.
Yeah.
Okay, so this is called dry shaking. Sometimes people do it before they put the ice in, and then they shake it a second time with ice. Or in this case, we call it reverse dry shaking, where you shake the cocktail with ice first, then you strain it into the tin again, and then you shake the drink again dry, without ice. So in my experience, the reverse dry shake actually produces more froth, if that's the goal that you want.
That's really good.
Thank you.
It's delicious.
Incredible. It's like citrusy.
You don't think of an egg drink being refreshing.
That was excellent.
No, please don't.
How much would someone shell out for a drink like this?
Damn, this guy's like just full of zingers here.
I mean, I am curious. I am curious. What is this, like $18?
Nah, more like a dozen.
Oh man, these guys are freaking funny.
3, 2, 1. Kentucky made.
The Kentucky made is going to be 2 ounces of Kentucky straight bourbon, 1 ounce of lime juice, 3/4 ounce of simple syrup.
Like, so this bar uses fresh lime juice. If you were to make this drink at home, please, please, please use fresh lime juice. Don't buy the pre-squeezed ones.
Come on and shake it, shake. Come on and shake it down.
You know, with no bartending experience, like I would say that all of them have a pretty good shake.
Is this rum?
That's rum.
All right, I'm a little nervous at this point. 1/4 ounce rum, bar overproof. Back left bottom shelf. What are you talking about? Rum?
So whenever you're making a drink you've never made before behind a bar, make sure to grab all the bottles first rather than going step by step. Especially when you're like getting interviewed at a bar and they want you to make a drink, it makes you look more nervous if you have to look for everything each step. So before you even start making the drink, grab all the bottles you want, especially when it's timed. For example, if they ask for aviation, don't just go like, gin, 2 ounces, or 1.5 ounces, lemon juice, Luxardo. Grab everything you need, put it right there. And especially if it's timed, try to grab all the ingredients you need before the timer starts. And you can make it like super quick within a minute. It'll just make you look a lot smoother.
Some juice. How you doing over there, Eugene?
Oh, pretty well.
Break an egg in it?
I did.
You broke an egg!
I broke an egg.
Just dump it and start over.
Yeah, when you break the egg yolk, restart it. It's not worth salvaging. It's almost impossible. And that small amount of egg yolk will mess up the ability for the egg whites to froth. Either toss it away or give to the kitchen.
Boy, metal straws.
Time for Zach.
The black ball pick. Mr. pushed in behind. I'm trying to draw the hearts into the egg white. Not quite working.
Time's ticking.
Okay. That's as best I could do. Ugh, I guess I was the slowest.
Yeah, it's funny. He's the one that went to bartending school, but he ended up making the drink the slowest. So that's if you want to consider going to bartending school, you want to take that into account.
A little bit too tart. Very nice. That one's a little more citrusy. This one's got a little bit more better balance to it. So for the Kentucky made, I'm gonna give it to Ned.
Fuck!
Oh man, that was pretty funny. Yeah, you should never, don't ever flip don't ever flip out like that in front of guests.
Well, to be fair, this is one of our more complex drinks. It has a lot of different ingredients to it and a lot of different steps. You performed well under pressure, and you get an extra point for putting it back as well. For the cocktail itself, your initial shake wasn't quite hard enough, so you didn't quite emulsify the egg white on it. So you didn't build up that really nice frothy foam that should have been on.
Yeah, that one doesn't even look like it has any egg whites in it. I think that's the one that he broke, but I don't know if he what he did on the second attempt, if it was shaken correctly with the egg whites or not. But yeah, the egg white drinks, you gotta be patient. And even when you screw up, like breaking the egg yolks, when you start all over, you cannot skip on that step.
Fourth place,
Zach, I'm sorry, but your mocktail was just a little bit rough.
in third place, you did very well under pressure. You had a little bit over on time. Eugene, you're gonna be in third. It was really...
Oh, the friggin' bartending school graduate. Hey, if you enjoyed that video, don't forget to check out these other ones as well. And please leave in the comment section on what video I should react to next. And if you haven't done so already, don't forget to like and subscribe. And I'll see you guys on the next one.